How's it going? How goes it? How goes it? I think it's Friday, the year of our Lord 2025. And I wanted to give you a message that this is all made up. I hate to break it to you if I'm the one. Or maybe I love to break it to you. This is really, when certain humans, when the Wachowskis released The Matrix back in the 90s, I think this was the metaphor. I could be wrong. What's up, Bandito? Good to see you, my friend. Bandito, we got to connect on Discord because I was searching for your Fortnite username and I forgot what it was. You don't have to put it in here. Let's connect on Discord. But I hate to break it to you, or I love to break it to you, the paradox of man. This is all made up. We can change all of this. We don't have to be subject to tyranny. And if you're somebody who maybe was along for the ride because you like to stoke the flames of whatever flames you were stoking. People like to stoke all kinds of flames. We have contrarians. I can be contrarian at times. And we have people who just like to trigger people. We have people who really feel like their seat. Blitz Royale is a S show. It is so insane. We need to play. I need a good duo partner because I keep jumping on with people who drop out. If you don't know, Fortnite has a new update battle mode where it's called Blitz Royale. And it's absolutely crazy. It's like 40 people and you get the greatest weapons, like these mythic medallions and all this stuff. And it's just bananas, but it's fun. Back to the other topic. This is all made up. And there are people that like to stoke the flames. There are people that stoke the flames because they felt like their place in society had been lowered or threatened or whatever. And usually you see a lot of that. You're off today? Awesome. You see, oh, and by the way, hit subscribe and notification bell to everybody watching at a later point. But usually you see like middle white America in this position. And I want to address you. Nobody's coming to take your place in society, okay? Nobody. Ain't trying to happen, man. I would imagine there were similar style movements throughout history. I'm sure we could dig into them. I'm sure I even know of some. When we had big influx waves, you know. The Irish are coming. The whatever, you know, I'm sure all that stuff happened. And the people who had just established themselves, or sometimes a long time established, but felt threatened, or the wealthier people who felt like, oh shit, if these people all wake up, we're in double trouble. I was reading your comment. Double tap the screen to defeat the deep state. Bandito, you always remind me not to take life serious. And it's such a good thing. I need to tell myself that before I do these lives, because that's the best way to do these. And Bandito's comment is true. Double tap the screen to defeat the deep state, if you're against the deep state. And the state has gotten so deep, I don't know if we'll ever dig these roots out. But yeah, double tap the screen to defeat the deep state. And that's what this is, folks. You can't go from trusting or not trusting the government on January 19th to completely trusting the government on January 20th. You just can't do it, okay? And I'm here to say nobody's coming for your mid-century 2-bedroom, 1-bath, no basement home. Nobody's coming for it. We're actually trying to help boost your... What's up? Good morning, Kevin Hawthorne. How's Florida doing? Feed me, MAGA trolls. Nobody's coming for it. In fact, what we're trying to do, what they've tricked you into believing, is that woke is somehow bad. And what I'm here to tell you is that you at times have been woke too. When you talked about the deep state. When they said there was no list. You woke up. It's what the Matrix was all about. You woke up. You saw the Matrix. And that's not in reference to the alpha male universe. The greatest trick these grifters have pulled is they've co-opted cool cultural things to make it mean lame ass stuff. Like the alpha male universe, the Tates of the world. They're like, oh, the Matrix is coming for me. No, it's not. It's your actions. It's how you conduct yourself. Act accordingly, homie. But there's a bunch of different articles today. Well, I see a lot of the ICE raids, and it's just disturbing. And there's an article about a 71-year-old lady in San Diego who was arrested after trying to document ICE. And we should be able to document any law enforcement. I mean, I don't know. Unless you guys just think America's had enough with its freedoms and stuff, then, yeah, maybe you're authoritarian. Maybe this whole political democracy or, this whole experiment of America has just eroded your faith in people. So you're like, we just need a daddy that will come home and ground everyone and kick people out to countries that they've never even been to. But I really want people to understand that when us woke radicals, the Gravy Seals, yep, when us woke radicals talk about the things that we believe in, one important thing is that I don't believe in one politician. I don't believe in a bunch of politicians. I don't believe in many politicians, but I'm not going to find one as a savior. And I hope you reevaluate that. If you have your little homage to Jesus and you light your candles like your abuela every holy day, I want you to just think about, who's really on that mantle. Is it Jesus or is it Trump? Because the way some of you guys are acting, it seems like you're hailing a king. And I'm here to tell you that that's not good, and it's causing a lot of trouble. And there's an irony to people saying crime is high. We need to lower crime. But then when we say, well, how about let's restrict gun violence? You guys throw a tantrum. Be a Luigi. Hey, what's up? I feel bad for my friend. Be a Luigi. That's really what this is about. He was a true free thinker. He's innocent until proven guilty. And I've seen some stuff on him too. It's amazing that his charges are what they are, but the dude who went after the senators is not getting those same charges. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. To wake up, pay attention to what's going on around you. All right? We got to get out of the team sports of it. The red versus blue. My crying out loud. We got to get out of it. You got to wake up, especially when it comes to and here's what I try to talk to people about when I would hire them or if I worked with them. I say, what is your 1 month plan? What's your 1 year plan? What's even your 5-year plan? I'm no longer in that position. So again, take my advice for what it costs you, nothing. But there's stuff like green energy that we could be investing in. And there's a new report that says by 2030, which, guys, I know that sounds like the opening to some Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone movie, by the year 2030, but we're 5 years away from that. like we're 5 years away from that. They said power outages could increase 100-fold. Why? Never mind the woke agenda and climate change, whether you believe or not. It's like, here's the thing. Whether you believe or not, it's real, it's happening. Scientists have concluded this. Mobil Exxon, your dear daddy Mobil Exxon, they've all concluded this. It's like the oil companies were like, yeah, we know, but we gotta hide it. We gotta try to trick some people. I would just like to think, if anybody read an article or a science paper that was funded by an oil company, And then you found out. You just have to go, oh, I was wrong. I was clearly duped. Like, why would an oil company write these papers on climate, you know? Like, what interest do they have in it? Anyways, by the year 2030, in the year of our Lord 2030, they're saying, and this is Donald Trump's DOE, Department of Energy. They're saying 100-fold power outages. Could be 100-fold. I mean, AI plays a big role in this. Article down below. All this stuff. And whether or not you believe in what's happening in the climate. I mean, if enough of us fart, it's going to get warmer, okay? That's just fucking reality. Never mind scientists. What do we have to lose from investing in an entire industry that can be powered by the sun, powered by cow farts, the wind, powered by water? Like, what do we have to lose from that? This is what I mean. It's like you've been sold this lie. That's woke, that's radical, that's leftist. But what do we have to lose? Like, great jobs? A whole sector, a whole budding sector of awesome jobs that, I mean, if you think back, or if you were ever taught about the New Deal, where they put in massive infrastructures in America and they put a lot of people to work. I mean, these are, sorry, I can't see the comments. Texas just proved this last year. We must apply pressure. Yes, we have the we do have the data, Bandito. We do. I'm so glad you're here. And thank you for the, I can't even see the number. The half of an 8, it looks like, maybe a 3. I can't see the number because of the writing up there. Anyways, thank you for being here. And for those of you in the future, my future me just felt it. I got a spidey sense tingling, and I thank you. Hit subscribe with the notification bell. But we do have the data, and I just want you to just, I'm trying to reach across the aisle, which is so fucking dumb, because, what is it, the Isle of Man? What is this, the English Channel? You know, like, this is humanity, and we could make a ton of good jobs if we just, you know. And here's the thing, here's the sad part of this. I'm going to show you this tweet from Jacobin. Medicare for all would benefit everyone except the healthcare company shareholders, and the priority of Americans now support it, right? Huge percentages supporting it. And it's like there's a small minority of people who it would make them irrelevant. It would essentially get rid of insurance in the healthcare industry. It could just eradicate them. So the term healthcare insurance CEO would just not exist. Poof, we can make it disappear. That millions of dollars that they get would just go back to healthcare itself. And because the powers that be, the media, the lamestream media, and the politicians, because they're all getting a cut off of it, they've convinced a section of the people to think that them taking a ambulance ride to an ER and not going into medical debt, not losing your house, being able to afford your medication, not having to prove that you have insurance before they start to do stuff for you, or pay a copay, like, wouldn't benefit all of us. Like, they've convinced people that, like, people who think like that are somehow bad for you, bad for our society. I think that kids with cancer shouldn't have to, their parents shouldn't have to worry about the payments. Somehow, they've convinced us of that. Or not us, but certain people. And I'm here to say, guys, I want you to evaluate. I need critical thinkers. We can change all of this. That's really what it is. We have the power. Stop trying to own anyone. I mean, it's not the fucking 1720s anymore, folks. Okay? Stop trying to own people and start thinking with your brain, you know? It's really important, because we could create a whole green industry. There could be amazing jobs. There could be great, cheap energy. We could not be facing power outages of 100-fold in 5 years, you know, because the AI grid, or the AI is sucking off the grid. And I don't know if you know this, fossil is finite. There's not more fossils being made. So fossil fuels, this is a finite thing, and we're gonna have to, at some point. I know this is hard for some people. I don't know. I don't understand, unless you're like an oil baron, how you're like could get upset by this. I don't get it. You know, and we'll make you cool big trucks that run on batteries. You just put your big double D's in there or whatever. You know, we can make truck nuts for battery powered cars. That's fine. We could do that. Hello, I'm back. What's up, Franz? FR Tanya? Oh, Tanya. Might be sooner if Ontario chooses to keep their electricity. Tanya, for real. For real. It's me, Franz. I love the name Franz. Franz Ferdinand. Great band. Horrible Archduke. Horrible. Actually, I don't know. Was he good? Was he beloved by the people? Anyways, but a good band. Hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I'm Rob. I satire the news every single weekday. Bandito's here in the chat. We also have more family. CJ Solis, Timothy, Orpheus. I'm not forgetting Kevin, Franz. But yeah, I'm just trying to reach out because I really believe that like we can totally change all this. We could be like, yeah, people should like there shouldn't be 26 houses for every empty houses for every homeless person in America. Like we got the math is done. Like we can figure it out. And it's just about convincing people. And how do you do that? Well, Tim Pool's convinced a lot of people that he's smart, and that guy's a fucking dummy. That guy is so stupid. And like he hides his hair or his lack of hair with a hat all the time. And I think that's part of it. I think we need to have like one of those, who's that lady? It wasn't Oprah. She had DMX on her show. We should give him like tough love therapy sessions. I forget. Oh, it was such a niche show. Oh, I forget. But I think I'm subscribed. Thank you, Franz. I appreciate that. But I think that's part of the problem. A lot of men are golden bald. And they don't want to admit it was probably like their shampoo company. The shampoo that you buy next to the hair regrowth, it's all owned by the same pop company. Or maybe it's genetics, but I think baldness might be, part of the reason these men are so insecure. They haven't found a woman to love or a woman that would love them, and they think it's because of their hair, and they don't realize, no, it's because of words that come out of your mouth, because you're a shitty human. That's really what it is. You could be a bald, fat oaf like Homer and still have a lovely, lovely wife like Marge, who will death do you part. Yeah. How to create a sentence. Nuclear can be implemented. Hey, Big Rich, good to see you. Nuclear can be implemented right now. The tech is here today. I like solar as well, but it's not as efficient as nuclear. Yeah, solar is not efficient, but again, Big Rich, here, I'm going to challenge you on this. And the nuclear stuff, I just don't feel safe around it. I'll be very honest. I think it's Chernobyl. Anyways, but Big Rich, it's like the cannabis industry. I always equate it to the cannabis industry. Cannabis was racistly outlawed. That's like Nixon's people have admitted that, but they didn't know. And by the way, the government in 2000. Right around 2000, they have a patent on cannabis and the health qualities for it. It's still a Schedule 1 drug, meaning most addictive, no health qualities, so it's a complete lie. But once it became decriminalized and stuff, scientists felt less restricted and less scared to, experiment and find out and test it and hypothesize and do trials and stuff. And once you do that, then you get more information. And I feel like that's the same thing with solar. It has been so, like I always say, the Sunshine State, up until recently, they basically all but banned solar because the people who own the grid had like a lockdown on it. And I was like, how can you be the Sunshine State and not have solar panels over every parking lot? You give shade to the people, you power, the whole plaza. So I just think we need more time, and that's why like now, and people just being like, we have this thing called the sun. It comes up so far every day. Why wouldn't we try to harness that? But yeah, I know you hear me. Yep. But we just got to do something, because this Donald Trump Department of Energy talking about in 5 years increased power outages by 100-fold. In the article, it says like we go from like single digits now to like, triple digit. It's just bewildering. And the thing is that because that's in 5 years, what's going to happen is, Marco Rubio will be like, this was the Democrats' fault. It's like this Jesus Christ. And they just make it political. And it's like, God, we all lose. We all lose. We could use land from a state the size of New Jersey, harness enough energy to run the entire 100%. People resist common sense sometimes. D. Williams, correct. Cable access, Wayne's World format, how a bill becomes law. Make learning your rights fun and engaging. FYI 5670. Peace.